let's do a roll call about the present. Marcia Cairns,
Here.
Mark Frieden,
Here.
Pat Halpin here, Christopher Ruccio.
Here.
All right, that's a quorum of 4,
Yep.
and we're all set to begin. First of all, I would ask a vote to postpone the reading of the minutes until the next meeting, since our clerk is absent.
We can
So
just
moved.
pass over. We can just pass over that.
Okay, it's all passed. The minutes will record that it was passed over. All right. Then the main agenda today is the application to the CPC. I'm sorry, I think 18 Malden Street came first, or an update on that. Do we have any additional information about the 18 Malden Street project that anyone wants to talk about?
I do not have any more information.
Mark, nothing's come to the planning board?
No,
Okay, and the select board, is it on the agenda?
oh,
The sewer commission hasn't ruled?
We don't,
I
we don't know if it's on next agenda. We will get it tomorrow.
Okay, and David, anything from the ZBA? David Femia? No, okay. I'm
No,
sorry,
nothing.
Lisa and Roger, but there's nothing new on that issue at this point. We're all waiting for more information, okay?
We don't have any idea how many units are being proposed or anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
The first thing is the sewer commission approval to extend the sewer to that area, and the truth of the matter is, as Christopher pointed out, 40B can override that, any decision not to extend the sewer. So that's where we are. All right, we
But
will.
how can they even make a decision without knowing the basics about the proposed development?
No one's making any decisions till they get some facts. We have no facts right now. All we have is that guy coming to our meeting and telling us what he told us. Nothing new that I've been told. All the board has been told.
So stay tuned and follow the agenda of the Board of Selectmen or the Sewer Commission. I'm sorry, but thank you for joining our meeting anyway. The next point is the discussion about the application to the Community Preservation Committee for a grant of $25,000 to come out of this year's distribution funds of the CPA. You have received in the mail the application for 2020, asking for help in 3 areas. And I entertain a motion to approve this, and then we can discuss it. Hey,
I'll make a motion, Pat.
okay, that we submit this application to the CPC. All
Yes.
right, is there a second?
I'll second.
And
Mark,
for what amount are we talking?
$25,000.
We're just trying to get a second, Chris.
I know, you already seconded it.
We just, we now begin the discussion, Chris, and
All
here
right, now
we
you
go. We're ready.
Oh, well, again, I mean, you guys can talk about, you know what I stand, how I stand on it. So it doesn't matter. I mean, we can still move it on to the CPC. But I saw some numbers from the town. Didn't we get some
Town accountant sent over some numbers, yes.
balances and things?
Oh, yeah,
How much money we have? Leslie Girton sent to us, and I forwarded to you.
Yeah, 138,000 was it? I thought
103.
103. Trying to find the email, but I can't.
The other money that you're talking about is in a separate fund, about $38,000, which we had collected from Ali building it, Opera Terrace and also money we recouped from a violation of the agreement at Opera Terrace by one of the tenants upon sale of the unit. So in the kitty that we can use to engage services, legal services, engineering services is $103,000, of which 4,000 is already allocated for the deep dive into the subsidized housing inventory, which will take place conducted by LDS Associates that will start the end of September. That is to ensure, point number 3, that we're monitoring and preserving our existing inventory of our mission, that we're enforcing that. So the monies. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, this is what we have
5,000.
105 minus 2,300. I can make that a little smaller.
Yeah.
103. So it looks like all we've ever done with the account over the past 5 years is add 25 each year.
We've spent money, Chris.
Yeah,
That 2,000.
yeah, 2,000.
That was year to date of last year. Prior to that, over the years, we've had engineering studies. We've had for the property on Route 12. We've had legal advice. We've had, so we've expended funds. My argument is consistent that we need money to be facile and nimble should a property come up that we can work with. And we have to work, we only can get the money at town meetings. It requires a town meeting vote. So that's why we request this each year. The $25,000 is the part that is apportioned to the housing division of the CPA.
So, and the only thing I asked last time, and if a project hits tomorrow,
Yes,
the 105 will not be enough. The 130 won't be enough. We'll need more money.
that's different. The preliminary studies as to whether you want to do a project are essential, and that costs money. The engineering, the money that we put out to check on the wetlands in Orchard Knoll, remember, Marcia? And
Yes.
we had to do engineering studies there and a feasibility study. So we need money in order to decide, to do the necessary homework, to decide whether a project is valuable or not.
Okay. I think Chris has a question.
Chris,
Thanks, Pat, through the chair. Just a question. Haven't you been paying a housing consultant too from these funds?
yes, a fee for service, and we haven't had any need for service for a while, so that's
Okay,
Why?
so that, okay, because I know at one time that was pretty much
very much.
grabbed all of it. And I know you're gonna have more with this woman that's doing the
Up to $4,000 for that, and it could be
Right.
more. If there are violations, we have to be prepared
right.
to decide
Mhm.
whether we're going to go forward with legal help in terms of violations at one of these places. So that's an issue. All right, any more discussion on this incredibly precious issue?
Well, Pat, I did some research because you wanted to know if you could get the whole thing in one lump sum.
That was a quick-
I have not found that anywhere. I've done a lot of research, but I did find the updated guidelines. There's 73 pages. And I have downloaded them and I'm going through them. A little wordy, so it's taken me a while, but I want to there's a lot of things I'm highlighting because I'm questioning whether they're done. Like, there's supposed to be somebody from the housing authority on the CPC committee.
Brenda Bowen has been the person.
Oh, she has been, because I didn't know that. As
Pretty
the
good,
chair
Chris,
of the housing authority, I did not know that. So there's other questions I have in there. So once I finish it, I'm going to share it with everyone.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you for doing that.
Not a problem.
Yeah, here's the, so yeah, there, the breakdown shows that we have someone from each group. We have someone from conservation, we have someone from historical, we have someone from housing authority, we have someone from the Parks Commission, we have someone from the planning board, and we have 4 citizens.
Yep. Thank you. Very well represented, and all meetings are open as always, so everyone's invited to come and listen and give their input. It's very well run, and a lot of advice comes from Community Preservation Headquarters. Stuart Saganor is very readily available. So anyway, thank you, Chris. That's great. So is there any more discussion on this application? Well,
I would just- that-
Mark,
Yeah, I would just like to bring up that if this, the one that's coming to the sewer board, I mean, if they're a 40B, then it'd be nice to have money available for the consultant so that we can, use the consultant's help if we need it.
right, the ZBA is going to need support. Right, absolutely. Thank you, Mark. All right, so may we call the question?
Yeah, my thought on that though is, will we need $130,000? And if we do need 130, we probably need 200. So we're never gonna have enough. If we, you know what I'm saying? If it's big money, we definitely don't have enough. If it's small, we have plenty. 4,000 for a consultant, 8,000 for a consultant.
Well,
But
at least
it's that in between, if we're doing a big engineering study, 125 is not gonna be enough. If we're doing small, we could probably do with what we have probably for years. But if we need a big project, that's a whole different story. We need to go to CPC and ask for $500,000.
Well,
Let's do that.
We have that right.
Yeah, no question.
but conflicting people when all that, there are lots of needs in this community. But one of
That's
the
right.
needs is to protect the community and to put the best developments and projects forward and do our, as they say, due diligence. And we're,
Yeah, and all we do is for housing. I mean, for affordable housing.
Right.
Yeah.
okay, so may I ask for, are you ready to vote?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Raise your
I'm
hand.
ready.
Okay, Marcia,
Yes.
Mark,
I'll say yes.
Christopher,
Yes, we can send it to CPC.
that helps. Yes. Okay. So we'll meet again, Chris, at the CPC.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'll be there too.
Okay, we're gonna get the troops in.
Got to be in person so we get some food.
Oh, God. That's one thing about Zoom.
When I get on
budget has
the
really-
meeting, we stop having the food. I know.
I have to get going. I have another call.
Pat, are you voting?
I had-
Pat, are you
We're
gonna
done
vote?
anyway.
For Roger and
Exactly.
Lisa and Ellen, in order to keep the men satisfied, literally the men, I would bring food at 6 o'clock and then they would be content to munch and shoot. And Chris Ruccia would invariably be walking by the meeting room and saying, "What is this?"
They always have food. I'm good though. Hey, I don't think we have anything else, right, Pat?
No, I have one thing, just, yes, did anyone have a question? Okay. One thing that is not on the agenda, and it's a point of information, especially for Christopher and Mark, oh, and Mark's left, is the rule of the mass. I don't know the number where the communities within MBTA
Oh, right.
must build and change their zoning bylaws and so forth. Well, I had a conversation with Dan Hill today, and his law firm is putting together brainstorming about whether these, because the DHCD added a lot of requirements to the law that was passed that may or may not be legal to do. And so that law firm is going to contiguous towns like ours, not towns that have a railroad in it, but contiguous towns that all been added. Anyway, he would very much like to sit down with Christopher Ruccio and Mark Frieden and talk sometime about it. Would you be interested in receiving that information?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I got to look into that and see where we stand, but I know that we were talking about getting together with other communities in regards to that.
That's what his goal is.
Yeah,
So
the
he would
communities
love-
like us that shouldn't be forced to change zoning because of,
Okay, so what I'll do, I'll forward to you his contact information. How's that? And then you can
yeah,
take,
and I'll find out what's going on with the board.
okay,
Yeah.
excellent, wonderful. All right, well, thank you all. Chris Berglund, you're gonna make your meeting.
I'm leaving.
And Dunlop, I'm sorry, we reported that there was no news on 18 Malden Street. So, but it's nice to see your face.
I wish that no news was good news, but we'll see.
All right, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Chris-
Second,
Marcia, second. Chris, vote.
Yes.
Marcia,
yes.
Pat. Can we adjourn without Mark Frieden?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Have a nice
All right.
night.